You're listening to Entrepreneur's Enigma, a podcast about the ups and downs of the entrepreneurial journey. Every week, your host Seth Goldstein interviews entrepreneurs from all walks of life about their entrepreneurial journeys. From store owners to Fortune 500 CEOs, we all have stories to tell. So sit back and join us for the next 20 or so minutes while we explore the entrepreneurial world.
Hey everyone, welcome to another edition of the Entrepreneurs Enigma podcast. I'm Seth, your host as always with Podcast Mastery and Goldstein Media. Today I have a buddy of mine, Kandas Rodarte. Best last name ever, Rodarte. Rodarte. Even though even that sounds like Antonio Banderas.
You can roll the R French. Too. I can't roll R's because it's my husband's last name, not mine. Yeah. Darte. Yes.
It's very fun. Kandas is on MPN, the Marketing Podcast Network, with me. She is a firecracker. So much fun. And if you're watching the video, you can see she has pink hair. Pink hair. Which is awesome. It's kick-ass. It's amazing. So Kandas has been building things online for 3 decades. And she's learned most of what she knows the hard way. Well, like most entrepreneurs, obviously. You know, we kind of just go headfirst into walls. If the wall doesn't come down, we have a headache, and we go back and hit it again until we get the wall down. This is how it happens. She hosts Gratitude Geek, a podcast that now has 300-plus episodes, and runs the Gratitude Geek Lab, a community for Gen X women solopreneurs. Like Gen X women solopreneurs. There's no comma in there. Who are done with the hustle culture and ready to build some businesses that actually survive real life. Again, they have to survive real life. That's awesome. She's been living with metastatic breast cancer since 2014. Still kick ass. She's still rocking and rolling and going that way. And talk about resilience. I mean, that's, whew. And resilience is really her buzzword. It's a daily practice. Her take on marketing strips away the manipulation and puts genuine relationships and gratitude. There's a thread here, gratitude, at the center of the growth strategy. So, Kandas, how you doing?
Well, normally I don't schedule anything before 11 o'clock in the morning, so I
appreciate it.
Drinking coffee.
You're allowed to, absolutely. I'm on my second Celsius, if I have to admit it. So, I mean, I have to wake up, but
I don't think I know what Celsius is. Is there caffeine in that?
There's caffeine. It's an energy drink. But not that they're not sponsoring or anything like that, but it's more the athletic one. And best thing, it doesn't hurt my belly. Monster kills my belly. So, the more you know about Seth, right?
I don't think I've ever had an energy drink.
Don't start because they're tasty.
Because I drink coffee.
Yeah, so I don't drink coffee anymore. Yeah, coffee hurts my belly. So I'm like, I had to find something to get caffeine in me. So anyhow, we're running off the rails already. So Kandas, how did this all get started? Have you always been an entrepreneur, or did you do the hustle culture, I assume, before this?
Okay, so
start at the beginning.
Do you want to start at the beginning? I launched my first business when I was 18. I became a Tupperware lady.
Woo!
Yeah, when I was 18, it was interesting and fun, but I was
18
not.
Too.
Yeah, but I wasn't married. I didn't have my own home. It wasn't. I wasn't a good fit for Tupperware at the time. But I still am a huge fan of Tupperware, and I still have Tupperware in my cupboards. Although I think the company may have went out of business or gone.
I have Tupperware that's older than me in my house.
Yeah, well,
it's probably not safe. It's probably not safe.
I am a Gen Xer, which means the Tupperware that I bought when I was 18 is
old. And I'm not calling you old, but I'm calling the Tupperware you had.
Yeah, and it's still there. It's still in great shape.
Yeah, you just don't microwave it in it anymore because that's.
No, I've never microwaved in my Tupperware because I don't want to destroy it.
Yeah, that's how you destroy Tupperware. Yeah.
Yeah. I actually only microwave personally in glass, but that's my own personal thing. Yeah.
No, that's smart. No, you don't get the microplastics.
Yeah, I don't want that.
Turned into a science podcast already. Isn't that fun?
Well, I'm a cancer patient, so I'm really cognizant of adding estrogen, whatever they're called, phytoestrogens into my system.
Yeah, you need to be careful more than everybody. But still, everyone should watch out for that stuff. So you started out as a Tupperware lady at 18.
And So when I was 19 or 20, I moved to the San Francisco Bay Area. And after about 6 months or so of job looking, I got a job working for the North Face, and I ended up on the sales team for the North Face.
Ooh.
And I think I made $47 million a year for the company at that time in the early 90s when that
back when it was like that. It was like the it thing, yeah.
Yeah, and I learned how to play the game in a male dominated world.
Yeah.
By being myself. I was my genuine self in a male-dominated world. And
This is an awesome self. Yeah.
Well, thank you. And I was really quite successful. And then I got recruited by a company in Texas, and I hated it. I hated
Texas
everything.
Alone.
I hated everything about that job. And I consequently met my husband.
Well, that's a good thing.
And we were engaged but not married. And I called him crying from work, and he said, just quit. So I put all my stuff in a box, and I walked away. And he and I started a business. He was already a successful furniture maker. Ooh. And he and I just said, we met on America Online. And the internet was this whole new thing that was just starting out. I mean, barely anybody was actually logging in any other way than America Online. Yeah. And I said, everybody's doing America Online, but I think that we need to not be on America Online. I think we actually need to be on the World Wide Web when,
get outside the first walled garden.
They were two different things, right? And so in 98, I started building our very first website.
Woo,
and
that's when I started,
I taught myself HTML. And by 2004, every other mom and pop or couple that were trying to sell furniture on the internet literally copied our website. Some of them down to our About Us page. They lifted our About Us page and put it on their page. Right?
Imitation is the biggest form of flattery and pissing you off at the same time.
So I like to say that I am an internet pioneer because
you are.
I literally created the first website that sold custom furniture that gave you options where you could choose furniture. You could choose the colors, the knobs, the type of door, all the stuff. I gave you all the options, and you could just order it right there on a website.
That's cool. That's really cool. Because back in '98, oh my God,
that was way before vibe coding. There was no vibe coding then. I did that.
No, that's well before vibe coding, but that's also well before e-commerce really took off, like in 99, 2000. And even then, that was rough.
Yeah,
and I'm talking about rough.
But we did it. We did it.
So fast forward. So you did that. I'm sure you guys still doing that? Is that your thing, or what's the progression?
Furniture making is now a hobby for my husband. We went from a multiple six-figure business with 6 employees to retired in 2017 and moved to Michigan. And now my husband's an artist as his full-time gig, but he does every once in a while he'll do commissions of furniture on the side.
Why not? Keep
but he's not
stay
cheap.
Fresh.
So don't ask him to make you a
not.
shelf. If you can't spend $10,000, don't ask him to do it.
No, you should. No, if you want that, go to Wayfair.
Yeah, exactly.
So you guys were like the Wayfair before Wayfair.
There's no Wayfair. Don't compare us to Wayfair.
You were better than Wayfair, damn it.
No, we were making high-end custom furniture with lots of different options.
So you were like the
movie stars, Fortune 500 executives.
So like the Danish company, what's it? Dane something?
IKEA?
No, the Danish company. There's a Danish one that's like really high-end back in the early 90s, late 90s, early 2000s. The Dane Decor or something like that.
I don't know.
Whatever.
Yeah.
We'll move on from that. So
no, let me just put it to you this way.
Yeah.
I take a look at Amish furniture and I laugh at how badly it's made.
He's that good. I love that. He's better than that. That's awesome. Because I live just outside Amish country.
Yeah. Amish furniture is mass produced, though. It really is. I mean, it might be made with hand tools, but it's mass produced.
They have it down to a system. They're very systematic.
Yeah. Well, and the system is why our business did so well. It's why we could hire high school kids to make high-end custom furniture for movie stars. Because we had systems.
You have to. You have to have a system. I'm sure you're teaching the Gen X women solopreneurs systems now.
That's what I harp on all the time. You want to get this done, you got to have systems. I just started a couple days ago a 90-day resilience challenge. Ooh. If you do one itty-bitty thing every day for 90 days, imagine how much you'd get done.
We're going to take a quick break, hear from our sponsors, and get right back to the show. Oh, my God. Seriously.
And it's one thing. Not these are all the 10 things I'm going to do. This is the one thing I'm going to do every day.
Love it.
So, and it's start when you want. So if you're a Gen X woman and you really want to get better at something, hook up with me, and I'll connect with me, and I'll hook up with you.
Links in the show notes.
It's too early in the morning. I haven't had enough coffee yet. I cannot get that sentence out.
Don't worry about it. It could be 2:00 in the afternoon, and I've been podcasting since 2010, and my mouth is still going. Blah, blah, blah.
I have listened to a few of your shows, and I've noticed that about you, which is endearing. It's endearing that you don't edit it out.
I don't edit it out. You can't edit this out. The funny thing is my editor-in-chief when I was a journalist told me I should go on the radio. And I'm like, with this voice? I'm like, what are you smoking? But then it turns out I went into podcasting, which is a lot more forgiving.
Can I tell you that when I was in college, I had two friends that worked at we were in a little tiny town. Well, it's not a tiny town. It's probably 100,000 people. But I lived in the Salinas Valley. So I didn't live in Salinas, but Salinas, California was the town where the radio station was. And a few of it's Steinbeck country. If you're wondering why do you know the name Salinas, it's because that's where all of Steinbeck's novels took place. Anyway, yep. Okay. So long story short, I had two friends that worked at the local radio station. One of them, Nicole, I would go and I'd hang out with her. She had the 11 o'clock to 2 o'clock in the morning show. Oh. So I would go hang out with her at the radio station. I'd be like, get me a gig here. I really want to work here. But I never did. And our other friend, our mutual friend, Mike, he is still a morning show. He has his own morning show in California. He never stopped radio. Yeah.
That's awesome.
And I just thought, I want to be like them. I want to be on the radio like them. But then I ended up moving to the Bay Area. So.
And you know what? Now you do podcasts.
And now, that was where I was going with that. And now look at me, I have my own podcast.
Yeah.
Which I started in 2014, but before the podcast, I had a YouTube talk show. So I've really been doing this since 2012.
Doing the reps for a while. You've been doing the reps for a while. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. So you never hand code your RSS feed. You're not that OG, but you're pre-OG.
No. I do you remember Cliff Ravenscraft?
Yes.
I watched every single one of his tutorial videos, and that is how I set up my podcast. And it worked brilliantly until 2 years ago when my website was hacked. And then I had to start over. And I'm kicking myself right now. I'm kicking myself for not setting it up again the way that I had set it up with Cliff. The way Cliff taught me, because the way I'm doing it now is way harder than it was the way that I had set it up with him, or by learning from him. I've actually never met Cliff.
Another project then. That's
yeah.
what you need, another project. Redo the website again.
Yeah, but I'm not. No,
you're right now.
It's 2 years worth of episodes. I'm not going back and fixing them.
Oh no, definitely not. Definitely not.
Yeah.
So now. So you literally did the corporate grind. I mean, you worked for North Face, you worked for another big conglomerate.
But only for 10 years.
That's still enough. That's paying your dues. I've only done corporate for a year and a half in all my journeys. Besides, unless you call journalism, that was 6 years. But literally, I worked for Merck for about a year and a half. You can't get much more corporate than pharma. Ugh.
Oh, yuck.
But you learn stuff when in corporate that you can apply to business, and so that was really helpful to me.
Exactly, and I think that's one of the reasons why our furniture business was so successful. It's because everything I learned from the North Face about systems, I implemented in the furniture busince, down to how I color coded the SKUs. I just lifted it from the North Face.
Why not?
Yeah.
I'm sure. And remember, imitation is the greatest form of flattery.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, you can't compare backpacks to dining tables, right?
You can, but it's not going to work very well. Yeah.
I use the same coding system, right?
Yeah, it makes sense.
Every item had a 5-digit code. Every color had a letter. Two letters together was the color. I just used the same system.
Idea process.
The idea, yeah.
I love that. Love that. So right now you have the Gratitude Geek podcast. You have the community. I'm seeing your links. You also have the Sci-Fi Book Club podcast.
Yeah, well, it's Sci-Fi Book Pod.
Book Pod, yeah.
This idea came about from, I had a networking 1-to-1. I met a guy in a networking meeting, and we had a 1-to-1, and I told him that I love sci-fi, and he said, well, have you ever read Too Like the Lightning by Ada Palmer? And I said, no, I've never heard of that book. And he goes, I've been looking for someone to talk to about this book. And I said, I've had this idea in the back of my head for a while now, because my podcast is so serious. I only talk about business, right? And I would really like to talk about sci-fi, because sci-fi is my, I love.
Your
so
side
I tell my
jam.
husband, So I tell my husband, and Michael Shine is the gentleman I was talking to. So I tell my husband about this idea, and he goes, well, can I do it with you? And I was like, no. Because we've been...
soundbite right there. The soundbite right there is perfect, yeah.
We've been business partners since we got married. I mean, we literally...
Yeah.
This is the 1998, all right? This is how 1998 went down. I quit my job. We bought a house. We got married. We found out we were pregnant. We had a baby. That's a hell
of a year.
And well, hold on. And I graduated from college. All in that 1 year.
That's hell of a year.
That is the order, right? That was 1998. So Shane and I have been business partners since 1998. And Gratitude Geek is mine. I do it on my own, right?
Yeah.
And so when he said, can I do the podcast with you? I went, okay. So we are co-hosts of Sci-Fi Book Pod together.
That's sweet, though.
And I've had to. We are not doing it the way that I wanted to do it. I mean, I would have put out more episodes, but it's a monthly show.
Perfect.
What the premise is, our guest tells us what book they want to read. We read the book, and then we talk about it on the air. And Michael Shine, of course, was one of our first guests, because it was his inspiration that brought about the show. And we talked about Too Like the Lightning, which that is a book.
Well, I'll have to check that out. Absolutely. All right, so Candace, on to the questions. Best thing about being an entrepreneur?
Well, I'm wearing pajama bottoms right now.
Yeah.
And I honestly,
and you can.
And I can't. And that is the flexibility, the fact that I don't have to work before 11, that I can, that I am 100% responsible for all of my results, and the thing because of the choices that I make, and nobody gets to tell me, what to do.
I love that. Now, what keeps you up at night as an entrepreneur?
Ideas.
Oh,
ideas.
They don't stop.
Yeah. And the nice thing is, since my office is next door to my bedroom, if it's 2:00 in the morning and I can't sleep because I have an idea, I can literally come into my office and put the idea down.
And then you sleep like a baby.
And then I get back to bed. And if I go back to bed at 5:00 and I wake up at 11, it doesn't matter, because it's it's me, right? And I am a night person. There are people who wake up at 4 in the morning and they do all their routine and everything. I go to bed at midnight and I wake up at 8. That's my,
There you go.
Everybody has their own circadian rhythm.
High
school didn't work well for me. It started at 7 in the morning. It didn't work for me. I know,
my kids does it now, so I don't have a choice. I have to be a morning. Well, I have to be up in the morning. Not necessarily a morning person, but I have to be up in the morning. He has to have button C at 7:30. I'm like, that's wrong.
Oh, yeah.
Wrong
it's
for
not
teenagers.
7. High school started at 7 for me. Yeah.
Ouch.
So wrong.
Ouch.
So wrong.
Exactly.
Anyway.
So what is the most important thing to carry with you all the time?
Gratitude. Honestly.
Love it. On brand, love it, yeah.
If you can find something in the circumstance to be grateful for,
absolutely,
then you can keep moving forward. So I don't really want to bring up politics, but I'm going to bring this up.
Go for it.
Someone posted, "Hey Gen Xers, how is it that you are not falling apart right now after living in the 80s and 90s? Like how are you not falling apart right now? Because the world is so much different than it was when I was a teenager, right?"
Oh, God. Yeah.
And I said,
I'm a 90s kid, and it's different now too, yeah.
So my answer was, well, my parents had Vietnam. My mother's ancestral home was bombed and her father was murdered. Ugh. My grandparents had the Spanish pandemic, My great grandparents had the Spanish pandemic. My grandparents had World War II. My great grandparents, they were Italian, and they did everything they possibly could to get to the United States to take advantage of the silver and gold rush. I mean, this too shall pass.
Absolutely.
So always find something, and that I am here today because of all of those circumstances, and I am grateful for that.
I love it. Great answer. So where can people find you online? Where's the best place for people to find Kandas? With a K, by the way.
Absolute best place is to look for me as Kandas Rodarte. I am like the only Kandas Rodarte in the world. It's Kandas.
Love
Rodarte. Just Google me and you will find me. And pretty much
you own the knowledge graph.
I do. And I'm pretty sure if you just Googled Kandas, you'd find me too.
Ooh.
Because Kandas is a city, a language, a song, and me. There are 4 Kandases.
And Apple wants to constantly change it to Kansas.
Yeah,
that's autocorrect. It's so obnoxious. I'm like, no, stop changing it. I'm trying to make it.
I fixed my autocorrect.
Yeah, I did. My kid's name is Elon, and it always calls him Alan.
Oh, how do you spell that?
Or Elon. I'm like, it's not Elon. It will never be Elon. It's Ilan. Ilan.
Oh, very.
It means
that's
strong
pretty.
tree in Hebrew.
I love that.
Oh, and my God, is he a strong tree?
My mother's name.
God.
My mother's name was Ilnea, but it was spelled Ilnai. No one could ever pronounce it, so she changed it to Kim.
I love that.
But isn't Ilnea pretty?
I like that. Yeah, she changed it to Kim. Changed it to Kim
because nobody could pronounce her name. Ilnea. No, Ilnea.
Just call me Kim.
Yeah, she changed it to Kim. All her life, everybody ever called her Kim. Yep.
That's hilarious.
She had a good Scottish name.
Good Scottish name. I love it. Love it. Kandas, this has been so much fun. I'm so glad I got you on. You and your pink hair. Love it.
I love
Make
that
sure
your
you check
show.
it on YouTube.
I love that your show is only 30 minutes.
I like to keep it. Yeah, I like to keep it to 20, 30 minutes. It's about the size of a U.S. commute to work. Mm-hmm. Unlike us, I walk down to the basement. You walk across the hall. But for most people who have a commute, you get 5 steps. I have like 20, but regardless, I like that. I keep it short, sweet, because then it's easy for me to edit if I do choose to edit. So
I have very long, rambling conversations. I try to hit 45 minutes as a sweet spot, but there are episodes that are over an hour. But you go with it. You go with it. You just go with wherever.
NPR. It's not NPR. Yeah. You don't have a time slot. You can just go for what you want to go for.
I have a girlfriend. I don't know how much time we have, but I have a girlfriend that has a radio show that it has to be 25 minutes, and so I've been on her show 4 times, and every time she has this clock, right?
Oh no!
And she'll pick up the clock while we're speaking, and point at it, so I know that I need to shut up because for commercial breaks.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm glad she can look at the clock if I don't have to. But thank you I really appreciate you asking me to be here today.
Of course. And we'll see everyone next week.
That was a great show. If you're enjoying Entrepreneurs Enigma, please consider giving us a review in the podcast directory of your choice. Every review helps us reach new listeners. If you like Entrepreneurs Enigma, consider the other shows on the Marketing Podcast Network at marketingpodcast.net.